Hi there, and thank you for clicking on my video. Uh, I've been receiving complaints that the audio is a little low and I think it's an issue with cell phone users. I have turned the audio up a bit, so let me know what the volume is. PC users might have to turn me down, but there are a couple people listening to me on cell phones that were saying I was just too quiet. Okay, so first and foremost, uh, work's been kicking my ass, so I haven't been uploading nearly as much. Um, but first and foremost, the Panzers are done. Um, so that took a while. So some guy, sanbeo R1Q, Kernan Kong, capitalis, space M, and Krystian Dzik. I'm going to be checking the comments under here. I need you guys to reply with your usernames, and I'll get in contact with you in game. Because I don't know how I would exactly give these out besides contacting the people in the comment section. Literally, if you guys get like a notice, if I reply requesting for an IGN. I've never done a giveaway before, but the Panzers are done. I actually ended up having to rush them because it appears that um, the interaction is starting to get patched. It still works for now, so I need to give these out pretty soon. With the there's sort of like it hasn't affected the armor stacking yet, but I noticed on a couple of them when I was leveling them or I was making them, you wouldn't get the bonus forma until you gilded them. So for these 6 people, I'm going to post a link, or not a link, but the list of people that I have. As soon as you guys see it in the comment section, put your IGN. And as soon as I give them to you, I guess you guys can delete it. But got a couple of things. Panzers are done. It seemed like you all really I had no idea people didn't know you could snag old names, and a bunch of people have been giving them like messaging me with like these cool ass names. I love it. I'm glad you guys like that. Alt retro. One day we will get the full alphabet in the comment section. We got combo breakered. A question was asked. The Black Panzer is a glitch that's going on right now where you don't get it sometimes when you do like a predicite revivification. But when you actually make one in your ship, you'll get the black glitch. Just going over some questions that were asked before I get into the video. It is going to be a little bit shorter just to get back in the rhythm of putting videos out. Somebody asked why Prime sure-footed on Revenant. It's because pretty simple. We can go to the simulacrum real quick. Prime sure-footed doesn't save you from all interactions. It only prevents knockdowns. But if you have like a pushback or like a stagger, you can still get hit with it. So it's just one less thing. And to be honest, I know it's part of a lot of like higher end builds that you see. And I know this is probably sacrilege to say, but Prime sure-footed just isn't that good. It's just, it's nice for sure. But obviously that. Hold on, it's better with the Brahma. You can still stagger yourself. Unless they got rid of it in favor of If you get the distance right, you can stagger yourself slightly. What's the range on this? Just shy of 12. Let's see if I can trigger the flinch. So there's the knockdown. Alright, so I gotta shoot it there. Normally this doesn't protect you from the flinch. Maybe it's been coded differently. But the flinch normally applies. And with some interactions like what is it, the ancient Eximus? Speaking of Eximus. With the ancient Eximus, they can still grab you and cause a flinch. So it's not 100 pennies on the dollar of CC. There is stuff that can make you interact. And sometimes, especially if you're bullet jumping, the AoE from the Arson Eximus can push you back. But I'm in iframes right now. Yeah, I'm in iframes right now. I don't think it's going to show. But sometimes the AoE from the Arson Eximus, you can get a flinch off of it. So it's for safety, pure and simple. Because I think I replied in their comment, why prime sure-footed is just to double up on the safety. If you don't have prime sure-footed, handspring is pretty solid. The other question was, what set mods interact with companions? That is going to be kind of a long one. Just go to the wiki, Warframe set mods. Okay, we'll go to this one. The augur set, I'm pretty sure, is frame, pistol. Okay, so that one doesn't apply at all. Glad set was specifically coded not to. Vigilante set. We can test that real quick. I'm pretty sure it does. Hunter set is part of a companion set, so of course it does. Sacrificial set doesn't apply, but we can check if we can equip it to the Helios weapon. Tech mods is a companion set. Synth mods, companion set. Mecha set, companion set. Strange set's a companion set. Aero mods. Warframe, sniper, primary. Okay, we could test that. The motus set. Shotgun and melee. We might be able to equip that. Proton set. Carnis set. Jugulus, Saxum. Boreals, Nairas. I don't think that one's gonna work. Alright, some notes about it. Vigilante set is coded to work. Duplicates don't count. Hunter companion mods can't be used on sentinels, obviously. While set mods can be equipped on exalted weapons, they will not contribute to nor benefit from set bonuses. Sacrificial set is the exception to this. The Vigilante set and the Gladiator set can still apply if equipped on Warframe, primary melee robotic weapons, and not on the exalted weapon itself. Okay, easy enough. Vigilante armaments, we're going to be testing that. Vigor, primary fervor, primary Warframe. Just clear some of these out that are Warframe ones. Obviously get rid of some tabs. Obviously very organized. Okay, Amar's set is double Warframe and dual daggers, so that's not going to be able to work. Boreals is double Warframe and polearms. Nair's Hatred, Warframe, whips. Okay, not so much to test. Alright, so rifle, search by set. Oh, looks like I was using this already. Okay. Got 4 Vigilante augments on there, or 4 Vigilante set. Let's find something with an even amount of crit. Alright, easy enough. 97%. Almost a guaranteed yellow. Alright, we're definitely getting the boost. So the Vigilante set is checked. Because it's a chance to enhance critical hits from primary weapons. Oh, and just to show, no Vigilante mods on the weapon. Took off Vigilante supplies. So we're getting oranges from the set bonus itself. Alright, easy enough. So Vigilante is a yes. Damage enemies while aim gliding. Oh, that's a primary, okay. And put up to 5 of them to sleep for 3 seconds on landing. Okay. Damage enemies while I'm gliding. Okay. Does not work on them. Let's go to non-Eximus. Alright, definitely put them to sleep. The arrow set confirmed works. No arrow set on the weapon. No arrow set on anything I have. It's all the sentinel. Arrow on the verglass. Alright, so that's checked. Chance to become immune to knockdown effects. Melee and shotgun. How am I going to test that? Okay, I'll have to equip a shotgun or put a shotgun. Okay, I can do that. I can equip the rest of the... What is it? The sweeper. There we go. And what was the other one? It was a frame, right? Motus signal. Okay, so I am getting 100% chance to become immune to knockdowns while airborne. We will... Okay, so nothing else on the frame. I'm going to spawn in some Eximus and see if they can't knock me down. I will turn on an invincibility. So the set bonus does already look like it's applying. Let's just make sure I can get knocked down. Nope, iframes. And there was the bump. It was probably because I had invulnerability before. The bump that you get from the arsons. Alright, easy enough. It appears to work. I guess we could do something a little tankier. Hold on. What do I got that I can survive with? Alright, so Nidus has status immunity on the ground. That bump doesn't count. So if I jump, I should be immune. Let's get rid of the tether. Yep, I'm not tethered anymore. Yeah, no more knockbacks. What a scuffed test. But there you go. Gain damage reduction. Okay. If I remember correctly, this is just a pop-up. For proton. Yeah, 83%, it's active. Easy enough. Killing an enemy with heavy attacks grants 30 plus evasion and immunity to status effects. I think this one gives a proc too. Alright, so melee and pistols. Oh, it's already on it. And the other one is melee. Alright, the Seppo bonus does look like it's applying. It shows that it's stacking. Alright, it shows that it's triggering, but it doesn't show the percentage. It should apply, though. Jugulus, if Carnis works, this probably works. This is actually a pretty good meme build, to be honest. It's a free puncture proc and a what is it, like a 1 second stun or something like that? Oh geez, I don't have this mod. Did I get rid of it? RIP? I'll fix that. And of course I have the rare one. And melee. Let's just make sure I got it. Okay, so this one by default doesn't work because it won't let you equip it. We can search by set. I'm willing to bet this might be specifically coded. Oh, look. None of the set mods are available. By the way, if you're looking for set mods, you can just type in set. And it'll bring up the set mods. Yeah, none of the sets are available on the deconstructor. So by default, this doesn't work. No fun, DE. No fun. Saxum is a melee. So melee, warframe. Okay, Saxum spittle. We can test that. Pistol. Oh, and like what I said before, you can search for set and it'll bring everything up. Looks like it works just fine on this one. Saxum spittle. Okay, lifted enemies explode on death, dealing 10% max health on impact damage. Okay, so we'll unequip everything else. Unequipped. Okay, that's the same as the other one. Alright, it does look like it's applying. Okay, 30% enemy max health is impact damage in a 12-meter radius. Cooldown 6 seconds. This tooltip is a little wrong, by the way. If you kill an enemy, you always get the health AoE. And this is a blast proc. Or it's an impact damage, but sometimes you'll see for a very quick second a blast proc. And I'll try to point it out. The blast proc disappears really, really fast. The cooldown is on if enemies are on the ground. You can constantly re-trigger it if they're in the air. Unless they fixed it. Actually, let me get something that has a lift. Okay, I can use a heavy attack. I might have to recolor my warframe so you can see it clearer. It's a tiny little explosion. Okay, did you see the blast proc? That's the set. Okay, it applied. Alright, confirmed. By the way, the set bonus damage gets destroyed by armor. Because it's blast damage and then it gets reduced. So if you're running strip, honestly, if you're running a full strip like Terrify, you can re-trigger this. This is honestly a little more effective against like an additional source of AoE for Corpus. It's tiny bit. Please don't min-max a build around this. But say like the Infested, this is one of the ways you can sort of keep to help out with like enemy scaling against the Infested, because it's blast damage, right? And it works out pretty good against what is it, Infested Sinew. What's that crap? The Infested weakness. It's the bosses. Fossilized. These guys. So like Disruptors, the Ancients. It's got a +2 to it. It's not the worst thing. Please don't min-max a build around it, though. So it does help a little bit. If you went like gas damage, you can make up for the armor a little bit with this stuff. But yeah, don't min-max around it. But there you go. Saxum still triggers. Man, I'm not really happy with that. You know what? We'll do this. Pistol. Okay, I'll put a pistol on. Okay, we'll test for a blast damage with only the Saxum mod on the pistol on the Sentinel. How about that? Okay, there was an impact proc. There we go. Blast damage. A. Because somebody died. Okay, cool beans. There you go. Okay, so that's all the sets. Proven, disproven. They nerfed the melee sets using the deconstructor. That used to be, for those that are brand new to the game, it used to be absolutely meta to run a ton of gladiator mods. And do like a deconstructor, like a set where it was literally just you would equip your deconstructor on the Helios or like whatever Sentinel you were using, right? You would run the deconstructor on, if you were doing longer runs, what was it, the Djinn? And you'd run a deconstructor and use it as a stat stick for like a melee carry, and you would just fill it with gladiator mods and run around with like 30% scaling crit chance with your combo multiplier. But they did away with that, and now no set mods can be used. So there you go. That's the sets. I'll make sure to do chapters on that. Somebody very loosely asked me what my opinion on the new werewolf frame is. I'm not upset about it. Okay, like DE is going to DE, but let's be honest here. Hold on, let me. I'm trying not to bring up Twitter. Okay. Because furries are alive and well. Oh, not that guy. This is sort of... When you search werewolf, this is what gets brought up, right? This is what you think of. Big, scary, covered in blood. You know, something terrifying. But when you look up, it literally links you to the original concept art. This is what people were asking for a year ago. Right? This is where the idea for the werewolf frame came from. This is not what we're getting. This is what people were excited over. This is what people were excited over, that put the idea of a werewolf frame out there. I'm sure the frame is going to be good. It sort of, as long as they don't release another gyre. But it seems like DE can't help themselves. I was thinking about like a metaphor for it, right? Like it seems like a metaphor where it's like the community does the work of coming up with the great idea. And all DE has to do is execute it. Like, how do you translate that, right? Is it like you're playing football, or like American football, like I'm in the States, and like you pass it to like it's a game-winning point, it's tied up, or I guess okay, let's do soccer, football for the rest of the world, right? It's the game-winning point. It's tied up. You got a clear shot on the goal. All you got to do is just tap it in. You hit it. You kick the ball. It's going dead center. You're gonna win. It was tough. There's a lot of chaos in a soccer game. And then you have this teammate that intercepts the ball like it's a pass and then kicks it, and it just bounces off the goalpost. Right? It just dings off the cage and you tie the game. Like, you don't lose, but it's not a win. Like, that's what I feel like dealing with DE is sometimes like. Like, the community came up with the hard thing. You just gotta execute it. That's all they had to do, is just come up with a frame. Because it was originally Fenrir. Oh god, what was the other one? Oh, it was like Vin Diesel. This guy. This was the other one. Super old. This was the other guy that was sort of the beast concept that was introduced, where you could turn into a four-legged beast, right? They've got the concepts. They have fan concepts. It's filled with crap. Not like crap as in it's bad, but it's just like there's a ton of crap here that they can pull from, and they just have to put it out. They could put 100 people on Warframes and just burn through these. But they just have to put out what people want. Like, people lost their shit over this when it came out. I remember this, and this is old. 2015, yeah, it's old. To be honest, it's the forums. I'm kind of worried about like clicking through it because there could be like weird stuff. But like they come up with the base stats. Obviously, DE can put a little bit of spit and polish on it, But they came up with the hard idea. They came up with the hard idea. When you search Furion, it comes up with Fenrir. Just put this out. I don't know what it like. It feels like somebody in DE won an argument against somebody who was just trying to present what the community wanted. Like, this community is old. Listen, I'm in my mid-30s. If somebody asks me what I want, I've thought about what I want. It's an intelligent decision when I say, I thought I want this, right? Don't come back with something that's not that if you leave saying you're going to deliver. Right? Like, just come back with it. If I say I want a strawberry milkshake, don't come back with, like, a bagel. Just don't ask then if you're not going to do it. So it's frustrating. I don't have an opinion on the Warframe. It's a cool concept, but if you were to close your eyes and, like, think of a Warframe lore, or not Warframe, werewolf, think of like werewolf lore, think about how, like, the people were punished and became werewolves, and you think about, like, all the iterations where it's like an American Werewolf in Paris sort of thing. Do you think of what that frame looks like? No. Now, obviously, it's a new take on it. And I could see something like that coming out if, like, it's sort of something where, like, multiple frames sort of occupy. Kind of like Pokemon. Like, keep the original idea simple. Like Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. But obviously, like 8th gen Pokemon, we're going to end up with a Pokemon that's a chair eventually. It's been a joke, but you know it's happening eventually. It's going to be like the 20th Pokemon gen, but eventually we're getting a chair, table, and a kitchenette set, okay? Like, just know what's going to happen. We're not there yet. But that's where this idea feels like it lies a little bit. You brought up the werewolf. You put it in the TennoCon survey as a werewolf. Nobody thought this was going to be it. If you had accurately described what the frame was going to be, people would have been like, oh, maybe I don't want it. Right? Like, if you think werewolf and you're really hyped for a werewolf, but if you're going to put your own spin... If you're going to put your own spin on it, describe the spin. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Just inform us. Don't call it, a werewolf if it's sort of like werewolf-like. Because people are going to get excited for a werewolf. Right? Like, you called it a werewolf, and it's a thing. That's my only issue with it. But other than that, like, I really don't have a take on it. Like, good or bad, we'll see when it comes out. It's just, it feels like false advertising a bit and trying to create hype. Like, oh, it's a werewolf frame. Like, going back to the Fenrir thing, this looks and feels like a werewolf, right? You have the human version, you have the transformed version that's somewhat lore accurate. Like, I would look at this and go, oh, it's a werewolf, right? But if you look at the Warframe werewolf, let me pull it up. Let me see if I can find something that's not... When you look at this, does that feel like a werewolf? It feels like a dungeon boss with tits. It feels like a World of Warcraft dungeon boss with tits. I don't look at it and think werewolf. It looks like it's got dragon skulls all over it, almost. I mean, they called it a werewolf. I can see it, but I would want the head to be the werewolf. I'd want to play a werewolf. But if they hadn't said anything and just released it, it would have been fine. But they got the community hyped for a werewolf. But it's werewolf themed. So, it is what it is, my dudes. I'm forgetting something. Okay, so I'll remember it later. To recap, the Panzers are done, my dudes. In the info box, I'll post the people that I need in-game names to. Also, if you all don't feel comfortable with that and you know of a better way of communicating with people with that, so it's like safer, by all means, somebody inform me if there's a better way to do this. I know posting it like in the comment section is kind of public, but I just don't know how to do it. So if somebody can inform me, or if people just don't care, either way, by all means, if somebody knows a better way of doing giveaways, by all means, tell me. Because there's no way in my mind I could go, oh, message me in game, right? And then be able to verify that it's that person, right? I could message somebody in Warframe and go, oh, what was your username on YouTube? But clearly they know what it is, right? There's no way for me to do it from that end. So if somebody knows a better way to do it, let me know, and I will 100% flex over to that and even post like a different YouTube video on it. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I know I forgot something. Somebody asked a question. I'll make another video on it. It's whatever. Anyway, have a blessed day, guys. Panzers are done. Stay excellent, my dudes. Have a blessed day.